Hello, Spirit Lifters. My name is Devin, and I hope you're all doing well today. These times in 2020, when we're having to be quarantined because of the coronavirus, there's certain things, in our home life that, or wherever we are, where we really can't go outside for the moment, that can make us feel in a certain way frustrated, alone, depressed, more anxious, more stressed, whatever it may be. There's certain things that I think that I want to do the best on my part to share with you and add value for you to, help you feel less stressed about the situation we may be in now, okay, or that we are in now. And, there's several things that many of us can do to help feel less stressed. And any way I can help with that, I'm going to do my best. So fortunately today, I have an amazing artist, an incredible artist here from Mexico City that can show us how art can be a tool for introspection and spiritual liberation and help reduce anxiety and depression. And her name is Zaira Torroella Posadas. Zaira has artistic training both in Mexico and abroad, including the Art Academy in Florence, Italy. She's a teacher in humanities and also a candidate for a PhD in humanities from the University of Anáhuac in Mexico City. To date, she has more than 20 group and individual exhibitions. Some of her paintings are exhibited in important corporate buildings in Mexico City, such as the Arcos Bosques Pantalón, World Plaza Santa Fe, Bosco Arquitectos, Los Girasoles Restaurant, and in a popular street here in Mexico City called Mazarik, among others. She's a very talented artist, very bright person, and I'm very lucky that she is here with us today on Spirit Lift. Zaira, welcome, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much for inviting me to Spirit Lift. It's an honor for me to be able to participate with you and invite the viewers to discover how they can contribute to mental and emotional well-being through art.
Excellent. And I'm very excited to talk about this today. And it's, I think, something, I don't know, maybe some of us may overlook about how much art can really help us when we feel bad in certain ways. And I'm very excited to have this conversation with you because, even in the situation that we are right now in our situation in 2020 for many of us, not just in Mexico, but all around the world, this could be of some great benefit to a lot of people to just do it and just, find a different way to express themselves at home, and I think that this is going to be very interesting. So during this conversation, Spirit Lifters, if you have any question or any sort of insight or feedback of what Zaira is expressing, or just general interest of what she's talking about, we would love to hear your comments, and we'll definitely follow up with those. So thank you very much. And Zaira, just to begin this conversation, just to start off, general question: how does art contribute to our self-knowledge, our way of discovering ourselves, and help to really release certain emotions from inside of us? How does that help?
I would like to, first of all, to talk about the importance of art since the dawn of humanity and how it has served human beings as a means of expression, even before verbal language or written language was developed. Since then, and through the evolution of art through time until today, we can say that art has always had an integrating effect that contemplates the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual. So beyond representing the world around us, trying to emit beauty, perfection, like the classic art, or connect with the sacred, like the medieval paintings, or document historical or political events, or even denounce them. capture the essence of things like the abstract art, or express emotions, or enter the unconscious, no, like the surrealism, or provoke any reaction in the spectator, whether it's a favorable or unfavorable reaction, like the contemporary art that constantly provokes you and confronts you. The art has many functions, has had many functions and objectives through time. But I think also it has a very meaningful and intrinsic function, that it's healing and therapeutic. It has even in psychology, it appeared the art therapy to connect with patients and to so they can express what they have inside them through art. You know, starting in the 1930s, approximately, different psychologists, therapeutics, even artists discovered the art as a tool to connect with yourself. They discovered that it helped children who were suffering from emotionally from an abuse or a traumatic event, also for hospitalized patients, people with intellectual disabilities or psychiatric patients. They discovered the art as a tool for them to heal. But regardless of these therapeutic purposes, practicing any type of artistic activity in general contributes to personal development, to self-knowledge, and to be able to express emotionally. So it's not necessary to have a psychological disorder or a disease to use art as a therapy. Anyone can use it. It's just you have to feel the need to explore yourself through artistic dynamics that will allow you to enjoy a time with yourself, a time for you to connect with yourself, with your essence, to be able to release everything that stresses you, that saddens you, that depresses you, that does not let you move forward. So in this way, little by little, if you let the art enter your life, you will be able to free yourself from those mental, emotionally, and even physical breaks that does not let you grow personally and spiritually through art.
Oh, very, very interesting, Zaira. And I have a question. What if I'm the type of person who, in general, is like an emotionally blocked person who doesn't like to express their feelings, who, like, I'm naturally a person who's very closed, and to do any form of creative expression for me, like, seems silly, or I don't want to do it, or I'm not motivated, or whatever, or I don't feel like I have the artistic capability to do something like this, because maybe I might judge myself too much on being an artist, but from what I hear you saying, it's important, while you're doing, like when you do it, there's some therapeutic benefit to it. But what about these people who are generally just closed people, who don't want to do it, who don't feel motivated? Like, what would be a good message for them to actually do it and see the benefits of doing it and not judging themselves?
Yes, it's very interesting, your question. These kind of people, maybe it's difficult for them to express themselves verbally, but maybe with these creative exercises, they will discover that they little by little, they will be able to express some things through these drawings or paintings they will be doing. But the important thing is that they simply have to take the step. They simply have to set a time of the day to the artistic dynamics. They have to make a compromise with themselves and say, today I'm going to start with something, maybe something very simple, something a drawing, a sketch, or any of the things that I will explain later, these dynamic artistic dynamics. But it's important that they don't frustrate if it's not a great work of art, or if it's not that it has technique, no, like the oil paintings or acrylic paintings. If they have if they think that they have the need to learn these theoric things like start to draw, or composition, and to know how to use the oil and all that, it's very good. No, it's very good to have that interest and that discipline. But the dynamics that I will recommend, they are very, very simple, that you can make anytime, anywhere in your house. You don't have to have the painting study, set with all the materials that they are expensive, to buy all the brushes and the paintings. These dynamics are very simple and very easy to do. So you only have to make to take the step and do them, and you will see the benefits if you actually do them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess no matter what type of person you are, just who just completely shuts down, or just who is willing to do it, or whatever person you are, it's the best that you can to at least start, no matter what your background is or the type of person you are. Just start and see where it goes is the main message here. And just see what happens. You might end up just trying it and really liking it, or maybe people can encourage other people to do this as well, and like what we're doing, share it on Zoom and show each other and motivate each other. So I think that would help a lot as well in its own way, especially people who don't feel confident about that. So, but I believe you 100% that there could definitely be a lot of benefits, therapeutically with this, that would definitely help with certain anxiety and depression issues with people. What, out of curiosity, Zaira, because you are an encyclopedia knowledge of art and art history and everything related to art, can you mention to us some famous artists who did use art to confront anxiety and depression issues in history?
Yes, of course. We have a lot of artists. I could talk about the most famous ones, such as Van Gogh, for example. He suffered from mental illnesses like depression, bipolar disorder, and the only thing that kept him sane and emotionally stable was art. I recommend you this book. That's Letters from, I don't know how it's translated.
Letters from Fail?
In Spanish is Cartas desde la Locura, or Letters to Theo.
Okay.
It's a compilation of a correspondence between Van Gogh and his brother Theo, and here you can discover this new way of thinking of Van Gogh, like a philosophy of life, and how he interpreted everything that happened to him, and how art was very important to him. I would like to tell you this phrase that when I read the book, it stand up for me, and it really impacted me. He said, "Drawing is fighting to cross an invisible iron wall that seems to rise between what you feel and what you are capable of doing." So it's very interesting because he considered the art as a weapon so that he with the art can fall that wall, and through art he could live, and he could be without this wall that didn't let him grow. No, so it's very important for him, the art, to live. Other artists that I can mention, it's, for example, Edvard Munch. He suffered from bipolar disorder, psychosis, panic attacks, hallucinations, and he found in art a healing and liberating meaning. So he also wrote in a diary what happened with him through his life, and there's this phrase that I would like to tell you that relates to a famous work of art of his. He said, "I was walking down the street with two friends when the sun went down, and suddenly the sky turned blood red, and I felt a shiver of sadness and a heartbreaking pain in the chest." And this is related with his famous work of art, El Grito. I don't know if it's translated the shout, or I don't know, but
yeah,
it's very, very famous. And also, well, we have our special artist, Mexican artist Frida Kahlo, who through her art she expressed all this pain, emotional pain and physical pain when she had an accident, a trauma accident, and she had to be in bed for months, and the only thing she could do was painting and express all this pain and this emotional pain that she couldn't have children. No? She couldn't get pregnant after this accident, and she has a very special phrase that I like very much, that is fit for what I want them if I have wings to fly. So it's obviously the wings of her imagination, of her creative spirit. We could keep mentioning artists, famous artists like Picasso with his blue stage of painting. He suffered depression in those days because his best friend, Carlos Casagemas, committed suicide. So it was a very sad period of his life, and he painted this blue stage. No, these paintings that were in shades of blue and that expresses loneliness, sadness, misery. We also have well, I would like to briefly explain you this type of artists that I would like to tell you that for me they are the best example of how art can liberate you. And these are not famous artists, no, like those that I mentioned before, but this is very special. These are the Holocaust survivors. They were painters before they were in the concentration camps, and there is a very famous painter. His name is Joseph Bau. He was a Holocaust survivor, and he wrote a book, The Krakowian Painter. There he expressed all his experience and shows his drawings, and he tells his experience about how he found anything. He improvised anything, so he could paint like instead of brushes, he used like pieces of I don't know, like hair or feathers or charcoal in any surface he painted. And he said that when he was painting there in those inframanic conditions, for those instants he felt alive and he felt human again. And he said that in those moments he felt free. So I think that's the best example of how art can really liberate you and liberate your spirit, no? In any circumstance that you are living, like those terrible circumstances, how art can heal you.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fascinating. And yeah, I mean, when I think of some of those artists and the work that they produce, and especially probably during those times and periods of their life you mentioned, I mean, those are masterpieces, really. So I mean, it must have been, you know, it must have been, I guess, obviously a painful period from them all, as we know, like as you mentioned through that history, but what came out of it, and maybe the healing that they actually had when making it, did alleviate, not completely heal them, obviously, but alleviate the heaviness of anxiety and depression they must have felt inside of them, and that's just really incredible, And so art definitely does have the power to do that, right? And it's not gonna cure everyone's issues personally, but it is a great tool, it seems like, to really, and therapeutic tool to get you through a process of something, and whatever comes out, and that could be your own masterpiece, So Zaira, I have one final question, and for spirited viewers, what is a type of exercise or something we can do at home, anybody, that would be an interesting sort of way to approach this with art? What would be your recommendations?
Okay, I would like to recommend you 3 key activities that are very simple, very simple, but very enriching, very liberating, and you can do them by yourself in a moment that you choose through the day, or you can make them a family dynamic. These are some art therapy activities, also mandala therapy, and collage therapy. So I would like to briefly explain each of them. For art therapy, you can do this first exercise that is very, very simple. You just take a piece of paper and a pencil, a pen, a crayon, whatever you see in your house, and you write your name. And then you see the letters of your name, and you start drawing around them for whatever inspires you, if it's because of the form of the letter or because of its sound. So you just start drawing and drawing around the letters, and at the end you will have like a composition of what your name means to you, because you all know that your name marks you. It's a very important part of yourself. So with this exercise, you really connect with those feelings, those emotions that your name is for you, it means to you. And it's something very, very simple and very easy to do. Also, another art therapy that you can do, it's a little strange, but it's very enriching. It's to paint over your skin. You can take maybe paintings from Halloween that you have in your house, or makeup like lipstick or whatever shades you find, and you start painting anywhere you like, your arm, your hand, your feet, your face, and you will start feeling the touch of the paintings in your skin, and it will make you connect also with yourself, because you are painting yourself and you are liberating anything you have in that moment. You will paint it there. And beyond having a creative moment or a moment to yourself, this activity has a meaning of life. It's that in any in life, moments or sad moments or happy moments pass. All these that we are living, the coronavirus, the quarantine, all will pass. Eventually will pass. So you when you do this, you will know that wherever you are struggling with, you paint that and you wash that, and it will let go. You will let go that, and you will free yourself. So these are like art therapy dynamics that you can make. Also about the mandala therapy, I recommend you. The mandalas is something that it's anywhere. No, you can find mandala templates on internet. You can paint from them, or you can paint them directly. You can draw them first in a piece of paper, and then you can draw them with color pencils, whatever you find.
In your studio too.
Wherever you want to paint them. And but it's very important to know that each color that you use, it has a meaning, and also the direction in which you start, it has a meaning. If you, for example, want to free something that it's inside you, you will paint it from the inside to the outside. And if you want to attract something from the outside, like positive energy, you paint it from the outside to the inside. The colors also have like a symbolic mean. So you, for example, if you paint with blue, your mandala, you are trying to attract, for example, peace, tranquility. But also, if you paint it from the inside to the outside, you are trying to liberate sadness or loneliness or melancholy. Also, if you, for example, the red, it's for attracting love or positive energy or even passion. And if you want to express anger or frustration, you paint it with red, but from the in to the outside. There's a lot of symbolics in the colors. For example, there has been studies that relate colors with healing your body, your systems. For example, yellow is for the metabolic processes, orange is for the digestive system, blue it's also for the respiratory system. So now in this quarantine, you can do a lot of blue mandalas from the inside to the outside, or from the outside to the inside, to heal or to strengthen your respiratory system. It's very important. So, well, you can do a mixture of colors depending on what you want to attract, or you want to release, or you want to cure. And the other activity that I want, now that I moved, I saw them. Beside me, there are a lot of, some mandalas that I recently made with my daughter. I made this a family activity, and those the top one, it's from a mandala template from internet. The middle one, my daughter draw it and painted it. She's 6 years old, so I think it's very cool for her to do that. And it's important that if you have children in your house, that you integrate them and let them benefit also from these dynamics. The other dynamic is collage therapy. You can do it physically with materials that you find in your house, or you also can do it digitally. Physically, you can find like anything, like seeds or plants or flowers or clips or anything that you can find, and you can play with those things in a piece of paper, and you can make an abstract collage, just playing with the textures, the mix of colors. You can make a surrealistic collage, like pasting different parts of animals together and put them in like a fantasy landscape or another planet landscape, something like that. You can play like the upside down, like playing with opposites, like the orange one there, like the clouds are made of grass and the grass is made of sky, something like that. It will you will have like these creativity moments, and also time for yourself, time with the family, and you will enjoy those very much. And also, if you don't think that you have this patience of painting or doing something manually, you can do the collage with your camera, with your iPhone, and you can do a digital collage. I recommend this special kind of collage that I will tell you that it's very meaningful, and it's special for this time that we are living in, this quarantine. That you take the time to take photos of simple things that make you smile, no, in your house, because you can't go outside. But even if they seem like they are insignificant, but they make you smile. They make your day flow and happy. And so you can take the photo, for example, of a soap. You can make an artistic photograph of your soap, because it's something that makes you happy, or your meal, whatever you are cooking, or your refrigerator, your whatever that makes you happy, your coffee in the morning that makes you happy. I don't know, but you can get creative and start taking photos of these little things that maybe you take for granted. But with this collage, at the end, you can even print it and put it in a wall, and so it reminds you that you have these things, that make you happy, even if they are simple things, and you have to remember and appreciate every little thing in your life, because makes you happy. So enjoy any of these dynamics, yourself or with your family, and most important, let art enter your life, and try to connect with yourself, to release stress, to enjoy this time with you, and not think about I have to wash the clothes, I have to clean this. No, just enjoy the moment. Set a time of the day for you, maybe in the morning, in the night, in the afternoon, whatever sets to you, and enjoy that. And little by little, you will discover all the benefits that art, these dynamic, creative dynamics, artistic dynamics, will liberate you, and will really benefit you.
Wow, such a beautiful message, Zaira, and such great examples of what we can do at home, and they're all amazing examples, and I, each one of them is great, and I really like that idea and that message that you conveyed as well, like, especially with the phone, like if you want to use the phone to make these collages, taking time to appreciate those little things that we have around us, and things that we should be really grateful for that we have, and making it artistic by revealing the appreciation we have for it, and doing that in an artistic way. I think that's an amazing thing, and all the methods are really awesome. And for me personally, I like the mandala message tool. The mandala, what do we call it? Like the mandala artistic way of expression, right? I think that those are great. I've tried those before, and I know we have a book here still, so I'm definitely going to try it later, because it is definitely a therapeutic method as well, and I think that's also really, really good recommendation. They all are. So Zaira, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for being with us here on Spirit Lips. If anyone's interested to follow you, know where you are as far as information, where can they find you?
You can write to my email. It's Zaira with C 83 at gmail.com, or in Facebook it's Zaira TP. So it will be great if you write to me and show me any artistic thing that you have done. We could talk about that, and the benefits that you have feel because of doing that. It will be great.
Yeah, excellent. No, well, and Spirit Lifters will include all of her information in the description box below. Zaira, thank you again so very much, and have a great day, Spirit Lifters. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Bye.